Hey everybody, it's 604 Comics here with a special video. Right now in the comic book community here on YouTube, we are doing a project, and we are doing a review for the epic Batman Hush. This video is going to be the review for Batman issue number 613, or part 6 of Hush. If you haven't seen the videos for parts 1 through 5, those reviews are linked in the description below, so check them out. There's some really good reviews, and hopefully I can add to some of the fun. Starting off with this issue, what we see here is we see that Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle are attending a fundraiser event at the opera, hosted by Bruce Wayne's childhood friend Thomas Elliot. What we think is going to be a romantic evening is cut short by none other than Harley Quinn. What looks like a simple robbery of the rich and high class at this opera quickly escalates into gunfire and mayhem. Batman notices that Harley Quinn is acting outside of her normal operating procedures and is much more vicious and ruthless in her robbery at the opera. Batman quickly jumps into action to stop Harley Quinn, but his recent injuries from his fight with Killer Croc have left him a little bit vulnerable. Catwoman comes into the rescue, and it looks like Catwoman is about to take over and beat down Harley Quinn until Harley Quinn shoots her with a gun. At the last second, Batman rescues Catwoman from a dangerous fall, and to their surprise, the audience members in the opera are all applauding and clapping because they think this is all part of the show. As Harley Quinn escapes, Thomas Elliot runs after her and runs into her in the backstage because earlier Harley Quinn had stolen this jade pendant from Thomas Elliot, which happens to be his mother's jade pendant. So Thomas runs into him and body checks her pretty much and tries to get the pendant back, but Harley gets a slip and Thomas chases her into the alley. Batman follows, but he's just a few steps behind, and then he hears a shot ring out. Worried, he runs down the alleyway only to find that the Joker has appeared and he's crouching over Thomas's seemingly dead body with a toy gun in his hand. And that is how this issue ends. Now, I made some notes in my review of this issue in order to make sure that this review was somewhat thought-provoking and had a little bit of depth. So don't mind me when I refer to my notes, because I just want to make sure that I include everything that I wanted to say. After reading this issue, I felt that the conclusion to it and the first half of Hush was extremely powerful in that it drew from so many memorable Batman storylines. We had someone that Bruce or Batman really loved dearly, his childhood best friend, lying dead in an alleyway. This obviously calls back to when Bruce was a child and his parents were in the alleyway and they were shot and killed by Joe Chill. We had the Joker introduced here in this issue and into the Hush storyline. Now everyone knows that the Joker is Batman's greatest nemesis, his #1 arch villain, so bringing him in at this stage was another powerful moment for the storyline because it brought another villain that the reader could possibly think was the mastermind behind everything that was happening. And not only was this the introduction of the Joker into the Hush storyline at this point, it was also the way in how he was brought into the storyline. We see the Joker with the gun standing over Batman's friend, having seemingly shot this person. Now, if anybody knows anything about the Joker and guns and Batman's close allies and friends, we all know that Joker shot Barbara Gordon, or Batgirl, and paralyzed her. This is really drawing upon the Killing Joke. Now, in the previous 5 issues, we also saw that there was that build-up between Batman and Catwoman and their romance between each other. We had that epic Hush kiss that everyone knows about, and everyone has seen that image and picture. And in this issue, we see that Bruce and Selina are actually in a moment where there's not any danger going on, and they're going to be able to enjoy themselves in a less dire situation. They're going to be able to sit back and relax and enjoy the opera, and it kind of gives the reader that, I guess, false sense of happiness and calmness, because just when we think that our heroes are going to be able to have a little bit of downtime and be happy, we see Harley Quinn come and crash the party, and with Harley Quinn crashing the party and using guns to steal from everybody at the opera, it further confirms in Batman's mind that all these villains are being controlled because they're not acting like how they usually act, and they're all being controlled by this one greater foe, which obviously has to be a great foe if he's able to control Harley Quinn and Killer Croc and Catwoman and Poison Ivy. Batman tries to stop Harley Quinn and he gets beat down, and then Catwoman comes to his rescue. Catwoman gets shot by Harley Quinn, and then Batman has to come to her rescue. Thomas Elliot is risking his own life in order to get back his mother's jade pendant that Harley Quinn had stolen. And what does he get for it? He gets a bullet to the chest. So nothing's really working out right for Batman and Catwoman and Thomas Elliot. And much like how Bruce's father couldn't save Thomas's father during that car crash, Batman couldn't save Thomas's life when he depended on it. So there's a lot of things happening at the end of this issue that recall back to earlier things that happened in the storyline and in the Batman mythos. So like I said, that's why I felt that this was a really powerful ending to this issue. I also felt that Jeff Loeb did a really clever job with the writing in having this issue take place in an opera and having Batman wonder if everything was happening according to the script, because it further demonstrates this mysterious player's ability to think several steps ahead. Up until this point, we probably all think that Thomas Elliot is the prime candidate for this mysterious person, but then we get this really important flashback in this issue where we see Bruce, when they were kids, Bruce playfully steals a jade pendant from Thomas, and then Thomas screams, "Give it back!" And then he punches Bruce. And then in this scene, what that's happening in the opera, we kind of see that play out exactly all over again, in that Thomas hits Harley Quinn and screams, "Give it back!" It kind of makes the reader second guess as to whether Thomas Elliot could be the person behind all this, because he's putting himself through the same pain that he experienced as a child. And I don't think the reader would suspect someone to victimize himself and react the way that he did when he was a really young, innocent child. So I guess that was part of Jeff Loeb's way of trying to throw the reader off of Thomas Elliot's trail. And then we have the Joker, so that's another big player into the storyline as to someone that could be behind everything that's happening. At this point, we still don't know who the mystery player is, and even though there is a really fat and juicy hint in this issue as to who that person is, I think the ending, the way that Jeff Loeb did it, made the reader think that, okay, this is Batman's greatest adversary. This has to be the person that's behind everything, and the person that's clever enough and I guess powerful enough to control Killer Croc and all the other Rogue Gallery villains. So I felt that this issue was really strong in how it ties a lot of the Batman history into the issue, how it ties in all the stuff that happens in parts 1 through 5 into this issue, and how it also brings another major player into this already jam-packed storyline where there's a lot of villains. Practically almost half of Batman's Rogue Gallery is in this issue. So Batman 613, Part 6 of Hush, definitely a solid issue in a solid epic story by Jeff Loeb. Amazing art by Jim Lee. I'm sorry I didn't talk about the art by Jim Lee, but this is just a gorgeous book. There's so many iconic images in this storyline. We've got, like I said, we've got the Batman and Catwoman kiss there, and that's just an epic image. So thanks for watching this video for the review of Batman 613 Part 6 of Hush, part of the YouTube comic book community project review. Like I said, if you haven't seen the reviews for parts 1 through 5, there are links down below in the description section. I want to give a big shout out to Running with Comics for organizing this whole thing and curating all the comic book people here on YouTube to do the reviews. And come back tomorrow and check out the incredible CJ. He will be doing the review for issue 614 and part 7 of Hush. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a really fun time doing this review, and it gave me the chance to reread Hush again. I think it's probably going to be a book that everybody should try to read once a year, because it's really just a really epic storyline. So thanks again for watching. This is 604 Comics, and take care. Bye.